Hi, John Capobianco here, and we're going to be looking at agent to agent from Google, true agent to agent, using the official Python SDK for A2A and a little bit of my own code. Now, yesterday I had human to agent working just fine. Now I have an agent over here and an agent over here. One's a pyATS agent, call it agent 1. One's a Selector AI agent, call it agent 2. So, I've rewritten this stuff, but in my agent executor, I have some new code, select the best agent, score the agent based on the skills, and I also have a delegate to peer function to delegate to a peer agent or execute locally. Now, I have this peer agent's environment variable where I have my peer agent, okay? Now I have this client that's a CLI client. So let's get the container up. And for testing or for demo purposes, I only have the pyATS MCP, which is likely how I'm going to be moving forward instead of 100 MCPs. So everything is up here. Now let's take a look at this A2A here and watch what happens. So let's try to nest this, where I'm going to go to my client and we're going to run the pyATS client. You see me connect? Okay. So now I'm going to say, could you use pyATS and help me understand R1 routing table, please? So it's going to pick the best agent, and that's local based on the agent card. Now the agent card here has the skills, and the skills are for pyATS versus my other agent card, my skills are for Selector. So now down in my LangGraph, you can see that it's going to run the pyATS tool to run show IP route. Did it come back with something? It looked like it did. Hang on. It's a little chatty. So to help you understand the exact device name for and the device name is R1. Thank you. But you can see the agent's able to talk back and forth with me. Please use pyATS to analyze the routing table on device R1. All right, there we go. Now it's picked the tool, it's running the tool. It's being a little stubborn there. So, but that's not the cool thing. That is a local tool to this local agent. Meaning this client that I'm talking to, you can see that I've connected to this, and this has the agent card. No, well-known agent.json, right, of the pyATS tasks. Okay? Now, what's really cool, which we're going to get to in a second here, so there's the routing table. Check it out. Full analysis of the routing table. Now, let's take a look at the next question. So let me try to do this with a couple of screens open. Okay, so let's do this. And let's clear this. And let's bring this laptop over into view. And I'll clear the logs. Okay, so I'm going to try to do this. Okay? So the question is now going to be, could you ask Selector the device health for device S3, please? Now, I got to try to balance this. So there's the screen. And keep an eye at the Docker there and the Docker here. Okay, so We're delegating to the peer, and you see the peer doing its stuff, right? And now we get the answer back. Device S3 is currently failing. So that is agent to agent. Agent to agent. Really cool, right? So think of these agents. I just add peer agents. Eventually there'll be an ANS, an agent naming system, and a discovery and a registry. For now, I'm registering them as neighbor peer agents. So I can ask agent 1 and it does stuff locally. And if agent 1 doesn't have the local tools, MCPs, it has agent cards from the other agents it's discovered and passes it off to those agents to achieve the task. pyATS, VPN into the Cisco DevNet sandbox. Work machine, VPN into the Selector network. Totally disparate networks with agents working together, getting information from each network. A hyper internet connection of AI agents. That's what A2A is all about. I don't know what else to say. This is really cool. And this is only 2 days after the SDK came out. If anyone from Google sees this, I would love for you to vet my code, vet my approach, understand where maybe some of these gaps are. Like, I don't understand why the A2A SDK doesn't have a built-in neighbor peer agent type library or set of functions. Like, I had to code all that myself. It seems to me the purpose is to be for agents to talk to other agents. Otherwise, call it H to A, human to agent. So we're missing some A to A stuff that I had to implement myself. I'd love to see that make its way into this protocol. So now, as more and more people get onto this and start using my code and making agents, we should set up some time together where your agent and my agent can set up each other as neighbors, maybe on other sides of the world, and make calls to each other. I'd be interested in that. If you are interested in that, please let me know. All right, let's keep going with agents and MCPs. AI the world, baby.